Well, applications to volunteer at next year's World Cup are now being accepted.
The City of Toronto says it's looking for more than 3,000 volunteers across several different areas, including fan experience, accessibility services, media operations, and event logistics. So joining us live now is Anne-Catherine N'Lien, team leader and volunteer management at FIFA. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. This is a very exciting day. So what do people need to know if they're looking to be one of the coveted volunteers for the World Cup next year?
But first, thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it. So what they need to know is that the competition will run from the 11th of June to the 19th of July next year. And to apply to be a volunteer, you will need to put your application through the FIFA volunteer platform, where you'll have several steps to become a volunteer, with first applying, then you'll have an assessment that you'll go through. If you are successful in that first initial part, you will be called up for what we call the volunteer tryout, which is a small event where you'll be able to we'll be able to get to know you. You'll be able to get to know us, and continue on to that. You will be able to get a role offer, be trained to be able to deliver that role, and then obviously the exciting part, being able to volunteer at the tournament itself.
What kind of a commitment, Anne-Catherine, are you looking for from volunteers? How much time do you need to be willing to give?
So we are asking for a commitment of 8 shifts throughout that period of the tournament time. Some roles do start slightly earlier, so some people could start volunteering as of May.
Okay, and this is kind of a record number of volunteers this year between the 3 host nations, 65,000 people. Do people know when they'll be getting kind of the confirmation of whether or not they're accepted?
Yes, so the application are open until September. Then as of October, people will start going to tryouts up until January, depending on the city, as we do need different numbers of volunteers. That period of time will be slightly different. And then as of January, we'll start role offering to make sure people can also make sure that they can understand the time commitment and when they need to be there. And then as of March, April, we'll start training everyone.
And Catherine, I'm always curious, especially in events like this where you require so many volunteers to make sure it goes smoothly. Part of the issue with volunteering is sometimes people, get jobs, get gigs, or something comes up and they're not getting paid, so they kind of are willing to give that up a little more easily, perhaps. How do you account for that or overcome challenges like that where people just sort of drop off or fade away?
I mean, we know that this is going to happen, so we do actually ensure that is part of the recruitment process. We do have a waiting list when we're role offering. We make sure that we train additional people, so when we do encounter attrition, we can make sure we can back up those roles with further people. But we also very much know that people have other commitment and that we might not necessarily be the priority.
Yeah, and Catherine, I was at the Paris Games and there were plenty of volunteers there, and they make all the difference in making a spectator's experience and helping out. What are the qualities that you're particularly looking for in volunteers for the FIFA World Cup?
So we don't actually ask for any qualification, but we're looking for people that are looking to represent their city, people that are outgoing, but we also look for people that are slightly more quiet. We have roles that actually go through a very wide range. So we're really looking for people that want to be part more than anything else.
And I'm curious, Anne-Catherine, after volunteering your time, is there any opportunity to catch some of the action when you're not volunteering?
So obviously, like we're pretty also strict that people are supposed to deliver their roles, but yes, we're trying to make sure that every volunteer do get a glimpse of the action. We're making sure that we also have social events, so they also are part of this whole experience. It's not just the volunteering side that we're looking after, but the engagement side with our volunteers, making sure they're getting something out of the experience.
Yeah, and very quickly, how important is it to speak multiple languages if you're a volunteer?
So we have roles that only requires English or French, but we also have roles that requires multiple languages. It really depends on what role you are looking to actually apply for. But the more the merrier in terms of language for us. I mean, we are welcoming the world in this event, but there is no minimal requirement except for English and French for Canada.
Okay, fascinating times indeed. I'm sure you're going to be very busy. Anne-Catherine N'Lien is the team lead and volunteer management at FIFA. Thanks for the time this morning.
Thank you.